We got 3 different options really for the smaller ones. There's a 1-day rental where people know they're just getting it loaded up as quick as they can and then go. Some people do 3-day rentals, where that's the majority of people do 3 days, where it gives you a good amount of time where you don't have to rush and do it all at once, but you know you've got a deadline of 72 hours to get it all out there, but it doesn't take that long to even fill up a 25-yarder if you are ready to go with all the stuff already tore up. And the 30s are really where people hold them for longer. A lot of times we're putting these on job sites where they're sitting for a long amount of time and until they're done with the job. So we're just helping guys build the Culvers down in West Carrollton, where it's not like they were just filling it up nonstop. They had just all the excess stuff from the day, all the debris and things they would throw in there. They would call us probably once a week. We would come out there, drop an empty, pick up that one. And it was on that sort of cycle, probably every week, swapping them out for a good 2 months maybe. And then once they were done with the job, they just let us know that they were done. We picked it up and that was it. But it's really crucial for those like contractors and all the construction workers to have a dumpster on site, because if they don't have one on site, they're just throwing it wherever. It's getting in the way. At least that way they have somewhere to put it and they know it's going to be staying there until they're done with the job. It's not like they have a certain time limit with it. So we work with those types of people, try and get it to them for as long as we can. These 30s, I mean, people can do it for a week long, 2 weeks long, really just whatever fits their schedule, as long as we have the availability for them. We have quite a lot of them. We purchased all of these a couple months ago, and now, I mean, they're flying off the shelves. The 30s are the ones that are moving the quickest because people are starting to notice that we have them. Everyone's been asking for them for years now. I can remember for as long as I've been answering the phones, I always get calls, people asking, hey, do you have any 30s? Do you have 40s? So we've got 30s now and 40s are in the works, but we'll get to the 40s eventually. Some of the most frequent stuff we get is a lot of people asking whenever they're ordering how soon we can get it out there. That's one of the biggest things I talk to people about, is whenever they say, okay, I want one on Friday. It's like, okay, well, if you want one on Friday, I would suggest booking as soon as you can, because we're a first come, first serve business, where if somebody else beats you to it and we run out of dumpsters on Friday, then unfortunately we wouldn't be able to get out there until Monday. So really middle of the week, you can book night of or the morning of, but over the weekend, you need to make sure that it's planned out, prepared, and ready to go, so you have your spot locked in. One of the very frequent questions we get asked is, whenever it rains and all that water builds up, how do people know they're not going to be charged for the weight of the water? Whenever we pick those up, whenever it leans it back, there's enough space in between the doors and the walls of the dumpster for all that water to pour out. Unfortunately, we're not able to really help at all with the materials inside of the dumpster getting waterlogged. So something we always tell somebody is, if you're worried about the water holding so much weight inside, if you got like a mattress or anything like that, and it's gonna just build up inside of there, you can always tell us that you're worried about the rain coming through. We can come up, pick it up before it ever gets there, and make sure it gets dumped, so that way you're not getting charged for any extra weight because of the water. But for the most part, all of it will drain out of the back as we go to pick it up. And even as I'm driving down the road, I can still see some coming out of the back of it, where it's just gonna slowly keep on pouring out. So that way, by the time we get to the transfer station, there won't be any water left in there and no extra weight cost. One thing that we always try and make our customers aware of is, whenever you fill up the dumpster, to make sure that everything is below the top line of the dumpster. 2 reasons, really. One, it's illegal for us to transport anything with something sticking up out of the top. Technically, that's against the law, so we have to make sure everything is below that top line. And second, it could damage our tarp. So just like this last pickup that I had, we had to take some stuff off the top and move it to a separate one, because there were all kinds of boards and nails sticking up. And with my tarp going over the top of that, it could slice it, and that's gonna lead to a much bigger issue. As soon as you get one slice in it, as the more and more you use it, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger until eventually that tarp is just inoperable. So you have to make sure that everything is below that, and that you aren't damaging your tarp whenever you go and pick something up, because of the consequences that could come down the line. After being in this business for a few years now, I've definitely realized that relationships are some of the most important things in this. Obviously, customer relationships come first. You always got to make sure you're making your customers happy. I mean, the majority of our business that we get is from repeat customers who are always the ones doing construction jobs, either flipping houses, doing renovations, anything like that. So every job site that I go on to, I always try and talk to as many people as I can, try and get a feel for kind of what they're looking for, how we can best help them and maximize their time with the dumpster and make sure that we're doing everything we can for them. I mean, all these construction sites, if they fill up their dumpster and they need it out, we do our best to get there as quick as possible and get them a fresh one, because if they have all those materials laying out, it's never a good thing. That's just going to get in their way, slow down their production, and the last thing we want is to be the reason why they're falling behind. So I always try and talk to everybody, figure out how often they're needing them switched out, what times work best for them, where they want the dumpsters placed at, so that way it's out of their way, but always at their convenience. And then on the other side, there's 3 other people that are always good to have on hand to help you with any problems that might arise during this. So the first one is a good tire shop that you can rely on to get you in and get your tires taken care of as quick as possible so you can get back out on the road. In this job, with all this stress we put these tires through between going to the transfer station, the landfill, you're all the time going to get nails in the tires, whatever it's going to be. So as soon as that happens, obviously you have to get it taken care of. You don't want to blow out on the highway, especially if you've got a heavy load that can just really put some people in danger. Second is a good mechanic that can also help you out whenever you get in a pickle. Whenever we're running these trucks, I mean, we're running them 10 hours a day at least. So there's going to be something that happens to them. It's just always the way it goes, whether it's regular maintenance or if something does happen, being able to get into the shop quick, get it fixed and get you back out on the road is always something that you need to have on hand. Someone that you can rely on, that you know is going to do a good job and always help take care of you whenever you need it. And the third is someone who can work on tarps. So especially on these 30s, you need to have a tarp system on that. I mean, it's just not reasonable to be able to hand tarp a 30-yard dumpster. If your tarp goes out on one of these 30s, you can't do any pickups because you have to secure your load. The last thing you want is driving down the highway and have stuff flying out. 1, it's against the law. 2, it could really get somebody injured. If you have something flying out while you're going on the highway at 70 miles an hour and something pops out, you could really put some people in danger. So always keeping your tarps up to grade and making sure that they're working correctly is always going to be something you need to do. So if you have those people on hand that you trust can do a good job, it's going to help you out in the long run.